Brazil kicked off their quest to qualify for the next World Cup in some style with a 5-0 thrashing of Bolivia. Roberto Firmino getting a couple of goals in this game. Neymar was excellent as well. Ali Moreno with us to reflect on what was the most comfortable of victories that you'll pretty much ever get in CONMEBOL.
Yes, it was. And it was like that even before the game started. Let's not forget, and for people who may not be aware, that Cesar Farias, a former coach of mine with the Venezuelan national team, now as the coach for Bolivia, has made the decision that, you know what, I'm going to leave my best players in La Paz. Because here's the thing. There is nothing for us to gain going into Brazil and trying to get something that we're not going to get anyways. And so therefore, we're going to focus and concentrate on the match against Argentina in La Paz. And that's what we're going to do throughout the qualification process. We're going to focus on winning at home and taking advantage of what is, for us, a place where people don't want to go and play. And so,
is that the way
Bolivia
it should be, Ali? Is that
with
right?
An alternate team. Bolivia showed up with an alternate team. And so here's the thing. Bolivia at its very best, okay, is limited. The alternate team of Bolivia, well, that's even more limited. And so Brazil showed up and they did what you would have expected them to do. And that is just knock the ball around. And I mean here, rotation, passing, moving. Neymar, comfortable as comfortable could be on the ball. Nobody ever getting really close to him. He's just dancing on the ball. He's showing off. He's great. I think his communication and his relationship on the field with Coutinho is very important for Brazil, because when Neymar is not creating, Coutinho is creating. Where Coutinho pushes forward, then Neymar creates off of that. Roberto Firmino comfortably getting a couple of tap-ins. Everything that you would have expected from Brazil, they showed up and did. There was no drama whatsoever. This game was over even before it started. Impressive from Brazil, but honestly, what else would you expect against a very, very poor Bolivia team?
And as you say, you can only kind of judge this by the opposition they were playing against. But Coutinho, what a couple of months he's had, really trying to be shipped out of Barcelona, comes back, starts for them, does well under Koeman, and a great header as well last night.
Yes, and aside from the goal, that I think actually gives you a clear picture of what that relationship is with Neymar. Neymar does the individual play down the left-hand side, gets it set up, and Coutinho understands where the space is going to be. The cross comes in, and Coutinho late arriving with a nice header. And you think to yourself, you know what? This is beautiful for Brazil. If they can get more of this, they're far and away the best team in this competition and in this qualification process. But more of this from Brazil gives you a sense of how good they can be. The depth of this team, the talent everywhere, all across every single line. There is something that you can say, you know what? He's a world-class player. That's a world-class player. This guy is really good. That guy's outstanding. Individually, they're very, very good. And as a group, they're simply dominant. And to me, and Neymar in particular, some may not like the way that he plays, but this is the way he enjoys the game. And for years upon years upon years, people have been critical of the showing off and the stepping on the ball and the dancing on the ball and so on and so forth. Well, this is the way that he does it. And if he continues to play the way that he did last night for Brazil against Bolivia, then there's no stopping this team really in CONMEBOL, because Neymar was outstanding individually and Brazil as a whole simply spectacular.
I thought Lodi was fantastic as well, the Atleti defender. So that leads us then to the question, obviously Brazil very good against the limited Bolivia team, and it's almost inevitable I'll then ask you, well, compared to the giants in Europe, how are Brazil weighing up?
Well, it's a difficult comparison to make based upon what we saw last night. But I can tell you, and I can recognize whether it's a limited Bolivia team or not, or whether it's a poor team or not, Brazil were excellent. They were excellent. And individually, they were excellent. Their movement, there was a certain level of sharpness. There was never a doubt in this game because Brazil were so good. Had Brazil taken Bolivia lightly, had Brazil not been focused, had Brazil been poor, had they been sort of doubtful in terms of who they are as a group, then it would have looked more like what Argentina looked against Ecuador. You don't see this from Brazil. Brazil steps in and you know who the best team is. And right away from the first minute, you know what? Bolivia has no chance. They have no chance. We knew this before the game, but now it's just confirmation. It's only a matter of time, and this game was over 10 minutes in.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.